Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in the video. Hope everyone's well. So today I've had the house to myself for quite a while, so I can't remember what time my brother went out, but I was thinking I hope I have the house to myself for quite a while, because I love having the house to myself. Really, I don't do much different to what I normally do when I have the house to myself, really. I just try and write, type, make videos and things like that, but I suppose it's like you get peace and quiet. No one disturbs you or distracts you or whatever makes the noises or calls you every few minutes or whatever it is. So I hope my mum and brother don't come back for quite a while, but hope they're safe wherever they are, of course. But I've only got the dog for company, so I probably should play with him a bit more, but I'm hoping to take him for a walk, so in about 20 minutes or so. So I normally take him about 6 o'clock, which is almost 5:45 now, actually. Well, it's 5:41. So anyway, try not to waffle. Hope you enjoy this video, and for anyone who loves dogs, especially German Shepherds, I've got a German Shepherd. Unfortunately, I can't probably get him to obey me and come and go onto the camera, but so I don't know if I'll be able to get him on video. But I'll say, for those who love German Shepherds, and many people seem to love German Shepherds, they're pretty cool, although they can be pains in the neck because they can be a bit have selective hearing. Anyway, so I'm going to try and crack on with my list. The initial idea about this list was that I had a few ideas, so I thought I'd do a list video because I have this thing where I have ideas overload, where so many ideas come to my mind at once. And interesting, I was seeing some videos on, well, I didn't actually watch them, but I saw the title of some videos on YouTube which were talking about what to do if you have ideas overload and how to I didn't actually watch them, but I probably should, because they would probably be quite fitting for me. But anyway, yeah, so I don't think I'll do many of these things today, but maybe in the future. Like, I was thinking possibly a controversial video, but about if what I talked about I think in part 1 of this list was about how a Christian told me that, like, you can't score God or rate God like a genie, but no, he doesn't work like a genie or whatever. I was thinking, as I said before, like, if God was a genie, what would I ask for? So I hope maybe tomorrow or maybe the day after, or is it be really? I'm not sure if I'll get around to it tomorrow or not. Maybe I will, because it's third tomorrow, and like with my symbols and patterns, like 3 reminds me of freedom, like third, and it's also a Monday, so miscellaneous. But I might get around to it. If not, maybe Tuesday or whatever. But maybe as soon as I feel ready to talk about that video. But I was thinking about some of the ideas about what I'd ask for. Anywho, I'm going to stop waffling and get on the list, because otherwise this video is going to be really long. So I know the other ones I didn't quite manage to get under 10 minutes. So hopefully I will manage to get this one under 10 minutes. So anyway, hopefully it'll be a good day, and hopefully Celtic will win today. That's really something which will cheer me up as well. But especially with all the bad news that goes around, like, in the world and all that sort of stuff, like natural disasters or anything like that. I mean, obviously it's not as important, but it still feels good to get maybe 14 wins. But I would, obviously, natural disasters, like, if they didn't happen, it'd be much better. But anyway, what I'm not talking about, so I'm going to crack on and talk about my list. So number 21, again, like, sorry for repeating for anyone who's watched my previous videos, but I've just remembered as well that I was going to, hopefully sometime, again, either tomorrow or the day after, I'll talk about what the 4 means, maybe on the 4th itself, which is in a couple of days' time, which is like indigenous people from Africa, Australasia, the Americas, and Asia. And I love to get them to network together, and also Ireland, because they were colonized. As adding those, I also support Serie A, or Italian football, and Celtic. So I hope to support those groups as much as possible. And Africa, especially in terms of technology, and especially like in software and things like that. If I can get around to it, I'll do that video today about what I'd love to see with African tech software, especially. Number 22, again, I hope to look at how these groups that I talk about can work together, like what I call the 4, can network together, so they can support each other and empower each other. Like, so, yeah, just generally supporting each other, so they can share ideas, success stories, and motivate, mentor, teach, train, and just generally support each other in all possible ways, like support each other's projects, buy from each other, try each other's street foods or other such projects and products, and like just generally support each other, invest in each other and things like that, and like have each other's back, basically, as well, and just generally support each other in all possible ways through good times and bad. Obviously, in bad times, they'll need each other's support as well. But when some of them are doing well, they can help others, if you know what I mean. Number 23, I hope to look at how to support some of the poorest people in the world and how to fundraise, especially like for Pine Ridge Reservation in America, like in Native Americans and all across the Americas, like look at what human rights they could have and encourage people to, like social entrepreneurs or enterprises, to look at what sort of human rights people in the Americas, like indigenous people of the Americas, should have and how to help them to get those rights and putting pressure on governments like in Argentina and Brazil and across America or the Americas, like Peru, even Mexico and places like that, and talk about what human rights they can have and legal support for them to have their land and things like that, which has been taken away from them, like have their land back and things like that. Number 24, I hope to do as much as I can to make the most of each day in August, like just try and be as productive as possible and keep sharing ideas, and hopefully I'll listen to other people's ideas as well, and hopefully be as productive and proactive as possible, and again make the most of each day, and again support countries that have been colonized and democracies and things like that. Number 25, I'd love to have other networks like a Republic network as well for countries, obviously for republics around the world, and like lists of the top most successful republics, most successful citizens in republics, richest people from republics and things like that. And number 26, again, like supporting countries that were colonized, divided, which I've been talking about, which I meant, like I wrote in the comments section as well in part 2 about how I think it'd be great for those countries, like I think it's Morocco, India, Ireland, China, South Korea, and one or two other countries like Spain that were colonized or divided. Sorry, Argentina, I think is one I forgot. But yeah, so to help them to sort of network together and support each other's projects, and support each other as much as possible. 27, I hope to like have a list of the top people who have supported Native Americans in the future. Maybe Native Americans can have their own list of people who support them, so they can look at how to reward them. And I'd love to support companies who have invested in Italian or football or Celtic as well. Number 28, again, like those countries that were divided, I think went through a lot of bad things, because being divided is obviously quite a bad thing. Like normally when countries are divided, they're like at war with each other or things like that. So I think that's why I want to get them to unite together, because like it will make up for some of the things that they went through in history when they were divided. As ever, I'd love to hear what you think about each of my ideas, including that one, of course, and what your own thoughts are generally as well. As I say, any comments welcome as ever. Number 29, I know I have some biases, like I support Eurasian nations as well and transcontinental countries generally, and the Mideast and the Mediterranean nations, and I'd love them to sort of have human rights and be as happy as possible and things like that. So I do have some biases, admittedly. And number 30, I'd love to hear as ever what your thoughts or ideas are, and yeah, hopefully my quirky mind as ever, as I often say, hopefully you found it interesting at least. And yeah, I think that covers everything, and please let me know what you think as ever, and I'm out. Peace out.